Guys, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As you come into the live chat, be sure to drop your crowns, elephants, and let me know where you're watching from. This is our weekly recap of Below Deck. And I know last week was a heavy week, and we're still going to be talking about it. It was briefly discussed this week, the situation between Heather and Raina. But before we get into any of that, guys, let's get the vibes up. It's the holidays. It's literally less than 3 days until Christmas. I hope you've gotten your Christmas shopping done. I hope you've gotten your COVID tests, because I know some people are going to be traveling for the holidays. So just sending you good vibes during this holiday season. Let's just get into some holiday music. Just a little bit, just a little vibes. Guys, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. Happy holidays for those that celebrate and for those that don't. I'm sending you good energy, good love. Let's get the vibes up. Let's talk about Below Deck. Later on today at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, we will be recapping the final 2 episodes of Harlem. If you haven't watched Harlem on Prime, you have at least like 3 or 4 hours to watch it, all 10 episodes. You probably could get through a good amount of episodes to have an understanding of what we're talking about. If you have Prime, you already have Prime Video. You already have free access to Prime Video. It's a part of your membership. So be sure to check it out. And don't forget to rate and watch and share with your friends. You know, this is a Black show, Black cast. You know already that we don't get the same amount of promotion. So we got to promote ourselves sometimes. All right. So be sure to check that out. Speaking of which, we did a report yesterday talking about Megan Good and her divorce. We're going to talk more about that later today. But if you missed that report, be sure to check out the mashup of hot topics that I did last night. That's available exclusively on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. I see everyone already in the chat with your crowns and your elephants and your snowmen and your snowflakes. Well, let's go to the Caribbean. Let me turn the snow off. Let's go to the Caribbean, because right now we are talking about Below Deck. So as you know, I love Below Deck. I've been watching faithfully ever since the pandemic. I've known of the show for a while, but I really got into it. No, a little bit before the pandemic, I got into it. I love Chief Stew, Kate Chastain, and I kind of suspect that Kate might be coming back. Who do you think is coming back as the third stew? So at the top of this episode, Jessica quits. Jessica quits being a stew, the third stew on Below Deck. And she walks up. She walks up in her pajamas to Heather. Can I talk to you alone? And she basically tells her she physically can't do it anymore. I forgot the name of the stew that hurt her foot during a charter. She stuck around. Just, you can go. You weren't bringing anything anyway. You weren't bringing anything. Your relationship with Wes wasn't bringing anything. Bye, Jess. Bye, and don't come back. Heather, we're not done with you. Let me talk about Heather, though, because You know, we did a report talking about Captain Lee not doing anything in regards to Heather using the N word, which was caught on camera. So Captain Lee does, release his own thoughts on the episodes and release this to his website talking about the episode. So, I'm a straight shooter and I'm fair because according to Raina, Captain Lee didn't do anything. But what we now know is that Eddie, First Officer Eddie, who I've loved over the years, but I'm not loving him because he didn't do what he was supposed to do as a leader. He did not bring this information to Captain Lee, according to Captain Lee. So Captain Lee posted and said this. Let me just make sure I have all my stuff here, guys. Guys, if you haven't already, we already have almost 100 people. Oh, hold on. I probably have more than that. Yes, we have almost 100 people in the chat. Be sure to like the video, share this video on your Twitter, on your Instagram. We are talking about Below Deck and the racial issue that's been happening since last week's episode. Well, since then, Captain Lee has released his own thoughts saying this. My, this has certainly devolved into something I didn't see coming this season, but like I always do with the elephant in the room. Sorry, I had to. Let's take this head on. I was truly disgusted by some words used in this week's episode last week that I will not repeat. I find them despicable. The word I heard used casually on this week's episode is not one I tolerate in any shape or form on my boat, nor will I ever moving forward. I wish I knew about it earlier and swift action would have been taken, but let me be very clear, it isn't acceptable ever. Okay, this is Captain Lee's statements on what transpired on the show between Raina and Heather last week, where Heather used the N-word after Raina said the N-word. Okay. In regards to everything else that transpired last week, Captain Lee says, as far as the other problems we have with this charter, when are we going to stop airing our differences out of earshot of the charter guests? That was his first comment when leaving the boat. How entertaining we were trying to put up the slide. I was glad to see Eddie get the crew together to go through some training so we don't have to suffer through this embarrassment again. We do have some people just phoning it in, and we have some people being overcritical of other people's job performance. That is not why you are here, people. You're here to keep your head down and do your job, but that isn't what's happening, is it? So that was Captain Lee's thoughts on last week's episode of Below Deck. And here's the thing. We're going to revisit what he said and in regards to how Eddie is doing as a first officer. I told you guys since we started recapping Below Deck this season that it feels as if this is Eddie's season of getting it from everyone. Getting it from everyone, from Captain Lee. This episode, we saw him get it from Captain Lee again. I feel like Eddie is so used to Captain Lee loving him and him doing such a great job that now that he moved into this new position, more eyes are on him. And like they said in Harlem, when you are a 7 amongst a number of 5s, you look like a 10. But now we're starting to see Eddie not be so great, which I'm not loving. But backtracking. Jessica goes to Heather and tells her that she has decided to leave because she just physically can't take it. Jessica can't take the criticism. Okay. Jessica can't take the criticism. She can't take the fact that she's not doing well in this position. She's probably used to being the only stew on a boat and just doing things her way. And her way is not top tier. It's not. I'm not impressed by Jessica. She wasn't great. She wasn't a great stew. She wasn't a great reality TV star. Jessica, you can go and please don't come back. Please don't come back. Let me see what you guys are saying. Oh, Micah says, Captain Lee, no one cares about the dang slide. It's the racism on the show that needs to be talked about. Mama Allie says, yeah, Raina and Heather use the word. Let's be correct in that they both use the word derogatory. Mama Allie, we've had this conversation last week. Raina using the word versus Heather using the word are two very different things. As I've said multiple times, I don't personally use the word. However, I don't get on Black people that use the word. The whole reason why Black people have decided to use the word was to take the power back from it. That's a whole other conversation. We've had other Black people call into the show and disagree with that sentiment. But let's be clear. Let's be clear. Raina using the word versus Heather using the word are two very different things. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on. Back to this episode. So Jessica goes to Heather and quits. Goes to Heather and quits 3 hours. 3 hours before the next charter. Heather's like, you could have told me this yesterday, and I could have found a third stew, even though she probably wouldn't have been able to find a third stew. So this entire episode, we're seeing Heather and Fraser try to get through this charter with very little help, but they are getting help with the deck crew, which I kind of liked. I like that. I like the fact that we got to see everyone work together. The deck crew come in and help, the inside crew do what they're supposed to do. Because at the end of the day, everyone has to rely on everyone. So that because once they get the tip, that tip is split amongst everyone. It isn't a tip for this particular group. It's only a tip for the entire group. So everyone has to kind of chip in and make sure that they're able to get a really, really good tip. Okay. All right. Micah says Jessica really just pieced out. It was almost laughable, really sucky, but yeah. And when she was on, first of all, she didn't even say anything to anyone, not even Wes. My poor Wes, heartbroken. Where's Wes? Look, where's my Wes picture? I always got to pull up Wes. My poor Wes. He didn't even get it. He didn't even get a goodbye. He didn't even get a goodbye. Okay. He didn't even get a goodbye. Poor thing. And he seemed like he was really hurt. He said that, I felt like we had a connection. I felt like we had a connection. I didn't see the connection. I didn't see the connection at all. But okay, Wes. All right. Exactly. Jenna says Wes never pulled the trigger. If anything, Jess is the one who pecked him on the mouth. Lord. Wes, you should have pulled the trigger before she left. But we have to remember, Wes says that Jessica reminds him of someone that he used to have really strong feelings for. I hope whoever the third stew is, they kiss Wes passionately. I mean, if I can't, why not someone else? Natalie, long time no see, Natalie. I know you've probably been busy like everyone. I get it. Shout out to our replay crew. Natalie said, thank you so much for the super chat and happy holidays to you. Your videos make my day, Kempire. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Natalie. Thank you so much for always supporting the channel in any way that you can. So thank you. All right, back to this. So Jess says, peace out to the boat, and she doesn't say goodbye to anyone. She doesn't say goodbye to anyone. And when she's on the dock, she's like, sorry, not sorry. How dare you? How dare you? My thing is, and you guys are starting to get to understand my sort of professionalism. No matter where I'm working, if I'm working in corporate America, if I'm working here on YouTube and I'm working with other people, I'm always professional. I'm expecting people to be as professional and as hardworking as I am, going above and beyond. So if it was me in Jess's position, even if I was boring on television, if I didn't like the rest of the crew, I'm still going to do a good job. And I would have given them as like, you know what, I'm going to stay for this charter, but the next charter I'm going to leave. But she couldn't even do that. At least we could have respected you then, Jessica. Can't even respect you. Anyways, the charter guests. The charter guests usually, every few episodes are the ones that stand out. This charter guests are standing out a little bit, maybe for the wrong reasons. This lady in her broom. And shout out to all the Wiccans. Look, this is no offense to you guys. I just felt like, I don't even think she was Wiccan. I think she wanted to have a moment on television. I think she really just wanted to have a moment on television. I don't believe that it was any sort of religious or spiritual, whatever it may be. I don't think that's what it was. I think she wanted to have a moment. She wanted to be a kooky one on television. So look, you got your moment. I'm moving on. The one that stands out to me, though, is the primary. So she has her jaw shut. The only other person I saw on reality TV with their jaw shut was years ago on The Real World with Tammy Roman. That was the first person I ever saw have their jaw shut. And I was like, huh. So to see this woman again, and normally if you have your jaw shut, you're having everything, liquefied. But no, she really wants every single thing liquefied. So if her friends are having whatever meal, she wants that meal liquefied. But Chef Rachel, I'm sorry, Chef Rachel, but I would not serve, especially because she's the primary, I would not serve the other guests before I served her. But I get it. Chef Rachel was under pressure in order to liquefy everything. So she thought, you know what? I'll serve everyone else and I'll make sure this is liquefied. No, that's not the way you should have done it, especially because she's the primary. All these people are her guests. And she is frustrated because she sees, and I get it. Y'all know how I am about my food and about eating. But she is like frustrated. She thought that she could do this. She has a meltdown later in the episode. She has to go to her cabin. She's like, I thought I could do this. And I felt for her because she probably did think that, you know what, I'll be able to do this. They'll be able to liquefy my food. I'll still be able to be a part of the conversations. No, it's not going to work that way. Speaking of which, I need to make a protein shake. But having a protein shake or anything liquefied is definitely not the same with the same chewing and That's why sometimes, some people will go live and they'll eat something. You guys are always telling me, eat something on live, Kempire. No, I like to luxuriate in my food. And you really can't do that when you're sipping. You can't really do that when you're sipping. It's not the same. Anytime I have a protein shake, it's because I have no time. I don't feel like cooking something. It's for convenience. It's not for luxuriation. Is that a word? TikTok, keep tapping your screens, guys. We're live on multiple platforms. We're live, of course, on TikTok. We're also live on Twitch and Twitter at TheKempire and Kempire Daily there. And we are live on, of course, Facebook. Guys, don't forget to like me on Facebook, the Kempire Facebook page and the Kempire Daily Facebook page. And of course, be sure to follow the Kempire Radio Network Facebook page as well. And subscribe to my podcast, Kempire Radio, on all major podcast platforms. And if you didn't know, I dropped a Real Housewives of New York exclusive right before this live. So if you missed that, be sure to check that out. Got some updates in regards to what's going on with Roni and what's not going on with Roni. Exactly. Yes. Aaron agrees. Got to savor the flavor. Eating is a sport. Diana agrees. I like to savor my food too. Come on. Okay. Ms. Brooklyn says, then it wasn't strained enough for her. Yeah. Look, and maybe it wasn't because she wanted everything that they were eating liquefied. It probably was getting caught in her teeth and stuff like that. Ew. But they were using a Vitamix, right? That was a Vitamix. I love my Vitamix. I had my Vitamix for years at this point. It's an expensive blender. However, it's not. Oh, wait a second. Speaking of blenders. What time is it? 12 days of giveaways, 12 days of Christmas. Tomorrow's the last day. Tomorrow's the last day of 12 days of Christmas here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, exclusively here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. We've given away so many amazing gifts. We've given away underwear. We've given away a hand mixer. We've given away skin stuff. We've given away wine. We've given away clothing. We've given away money. So excited because, as you guys know, I love the holidays, if you couldn't tell. If you couldn't tell, we love the holidays here on the channel, and I'm still excited to continue doing this every single year. Hopefully next year we can give away cars. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it because there is power in the tongue. That's what he said. Oh my goodness, guys. As you know, we've given away so many amazing gifts. Thank you to all of the amazing sponsors that were a part of this giveaway. And I'm still excited. We have a lot more stuff to give away, a lot more surprises. But as you know, we've given away, as I said to you before, a cordless KitchenAid hand mixer. And because I know we have a lot of really great cooks that follow me here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, I had to give you something else. All right, let me get into what I'm going to give away to you guys today. All right. Do I even have all my stuff here? Hold on, y'all. Yes, I do. There we go. A KitchenAid hand mixer. Someone said I'm on the naughty list. How am I on the naughty list? I'm Santa. I'm Santa. All right, guys, this is your opportunity to win the KitchenAid hand mixer. All right, let me get my little notes because y'all know I have a lot of notes. Lots of notes. So this is the KitchenAid blender. Since we were talking about blenders, on Below Deck. I thought it was a perfect segue. I didn't even plan that, y'all. I didn't even plan that. But since we're talking about blenders, I was talking about the Vitamix, but I'm okay with the Vitamix. I'm okay with the Vitamix. KitchenAid has been around for a very long time. I have KitchenAid products, high quality products, and this is your opportunity to win a KitchenAid blender. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about this KitchenAid blender. This is the K150 3-speed ice crushing blender. Okay. Okay. Let me show it to you. All right. So this is what it can do. These are the key features. It can crush ice in less than 10 seconds. Okay. Optimally designed speeds for your perfect blend. Soft start feature starts at the right speed. It has IntelliSpeed motor control for optimal speed. Unlock more possibilities with your blender. It has a value of $100. All right. And as you know, we do not do the picking here. This is all done through an automated system. Hold on. Let me open the automated system. That would be good. So this is done through an automated system. And for the winners, hold on, let me take this off. For the winner, well, your family are winners too, because they're going to benefit from all the things that you're going to blend. Okay. Please email us the winners, only the winners, your name, your address, and your username. Okay. Giveaways at TheKempire.com. Again, giveaways with an S at TheKempire.com. Let's see who's going to win this today. All right. So the KitchenAid blender. All right. Oh, thank you, Charlene. Charlene says Kempire is my favorite Santa. All right. Let's see. Let's see who's going to win today. Roll it. Donna Bell. Donna's always here too. Shout out to Donna. Donna Bell, she has won the giveaway. Frozen coquito. Donna, I know Donna's in the building. Let's wait for Donna. I know there's a delay too from when I say something than when it gets into the chat. Donna Bell is the winner. Congratulations to Donna Bell. I love your reaction. See, this is why I need a live studio audience. I need to feel the energy of everyone's excitement before we do an actual giveaway. But I feel the excitement in the live chat. Michelle says, yes, speak on it. Cars next year. All right. Sonia says we're all going to Donna's. She's going to make the conquito. Congratulations, Donna Bell. Donna, please email us your name, your username, and your address to giveaways at TheKempire.com. Not Kempire.com. I haven't gotten that yet. They're trying to ask me for... Never mind. Guys, head on over. Again, Donna, email me. Giveaways at TheKempire.com. All right. Yes, Margarita. Congratulations to Donna. And thank you to KitchenAid for sponsoring this. Well, let me not thank KitchenAid. I'm paying for it. KitchenAid didn't give it to us. Damn y'all. Look, real talk. All right. Let me take a sip. And now let me get rid of the snow and get back into this recap of Below Deck. So the primary guest is really upset because she's like, everyone's eat. I get it. You guys understand? No, I get it, because I get frustrated and hangry too. So she's seeing all her friends. She's the primary. She is the primary guest. Okay. And she's waiting for her food, but it's taking Chef Rachel a little bit longer to crush all the things that she wants. She's like, oh, I want everything that they're having, but girl, she does have a little bit of a breakdown, and I can relate. I tried to, at first I was like, lady, calm down. But she's the one asking for all of her food to be pureed. And I'm not just her food, the food that everyone else is eating. And they're all eating in front of her, and she's hungry. She's like, I haven't eaten since. All right, girl, we get it. We get it. And I feel like the reason why they weren't ready for that type of guest, especially, and the Vitamix can really blend things. It really can. But if you're expecting, maybe Chef Rachel should have cut things up a little bit more and then put it in the blender. I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. We need a little behind the scenes look into why it was taking so long to blend that stuff. Maybe because it is regular food and that's not really made to be blended. I would have given her something else. I would have been like, okay, I'm going to bring out what everyone else is having, but here's something to sip on while you wait. I don't think they had a plan of action, but also we have to remember they were short staffed. At one point, Heather's being asked to get a drink. She's blowing up condoms for a party. So she's overwhelmed. She's overwhelmed. But the guest is like, what is going on? So this, I have to say, I feel like the ship is cursed. And not because of the lady with the broom. Because they've been having all kinds of things happen. They had Jessica quit. The deck crew has been making all kinds of mistakes. At one point, the jet ski floats off. Eddie's like, do you see that, Raina? Raina's like, oh, shoot, I didn't see that. It happens again later in the episode. Well, a couple of hours later, based on what we can tell. Jet skis start floating off. But this time, Captain Lee sees it happen. And he's like, what is going on here? What is going on with the deck crew? Why are people not being mindful? But Eddie says, well, no, I seen the clips, clip off. I think he was lying. Do we think Eddie was lying? I think Eddie was lying. I think he was, because at the end of the day, the deck crew is a reflection of him. I think he was lying. Micah says the jet ski said, Jessica, take me with you. It was a little weird. We've never really seen that happen. It wouldn't shock me if producers did it. It wouldn't shock me if the producers were like, it wouldn't shock me, because this has been it hasn't been the greatest season. Can we talk? It hasn't been a really great season for Below Deck. The ratings have been good, but this hasn't been my favorite season of Below Deck. And it might be because of the cast of characters. Yes, we've gotten some funny moments with Frasier, but I feel like I haven't really gotten a lot of funny moments with him since. And I don't need him to make me laugh all the time, but I felt like early in the episode, we got a lot more funny moments with Frasier. But this time I'm feeling like, are you there? I know you're busy. So they are busy. They are busy. And at one point, they're all trying to eat. Everyone's trying to help out with, service and cleanup. And I love seeing them all work together. So they're all eating. And Heather does something so disgusting. So disgusting, so vile. Yeah, I know you're all probably thinking more than last week. Well. So she's so busy. She takes her fork, the one that she was eating with. Heather was eating with this fork. Oh, let me take it. No. She was eating with this fork. And then she and mind you, it looked as if Raina didn't see it, but then Raina kind of is like, she takes the fork that she was just eating with and she puts it in the big bowl where everyone's taking their food out of and starts to pick food from there. And then she continues to do it. And then Raina calls her out on it. And of course, Heather doesn't like it. I wrote the quote down. I wrote it down. She says, if I had more time, I would be more sanitary. What you mean if you had more time, you would be more sanitary? In the age of, first of all, in the age of a pandemic and COVID, but even before that, This is a small boat. You all are sharing space, but you don't need to share your food. And I know the preview for next week, we're going to see a threesome. Below Deck, is this all you have this season? Is a throuple between Raina, Jake, and Frasier? Look, I'm not a fuddy duddy, but I don't come to Below Deck for that. I really don't. I'm not that interested. I'm not that excited. And again, in the age of COVID. But Heather, when she's called out, she exits. Because remember the last week when Raina called her out for using the N-word, she immediately was like, I don't remember saying that, and it completely exited. And then Raina's calling her out again for right in front of us and what she's doing. We see it on camera. Another thing that we caught on camera of Heather doing. I'm like, ew. That's disgusting. And I don't care how busy you are. That doesn't mean you can be nasty. But here's the thing. Eddie calls Raina out and says she's busy. She's under a lot of pressure. She's overwhelmed. Really, Eddie? First of all, when Eddie defended Jake before, I was like, okay, he just put Jake in this position. He understands Jake is new in this position. He's trying to find his way around it. I was like, all right. But it seems as if Eddie is always defending everyone else besides Raina. Anyone else notice that? And Raina's not perfect. We've called Raina out every single week. I said, Raina, you're not pulling your weight. I've said it every single week because I'm a straight shooter. Pow, 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 pow. But Raina was right. First of all, again, age of COVID. You're a small deck crew. God forbid you guys get sick because of Raina, because of Heather. Because she is running around and not, she's overwhelmed. That was disgusting. And the fact that he defended it, he could have just stayed out of it. Jamila says Eddie's not a leader. He isn't. Miss Brooklyn says, I think it was more worse on the way she did it than what she did. I'm not sure who you're referring to. Are you referring to Raina or are you referring to Heather? Look, I don't see anything wrong with the way Raina said it, to be honest with you. Because she could have said it worse. She could have been like, damn, you're nasty. Some people would have said that. Some people would have said, damn, you're nasty. I was saying that from here. Pukulin, I apologize. Raina complains about everything. It does seem that way. Again, we have to remember this is an edited show. However, as I said multiple times, I haven't had Raina's back over the last few episodes because I feel like it does feel like Raina is just not stepping up to the plate. But I have to agree with her when it comes to the food. That's disgusting. We literally saw her do it multiple times. It's not like she did it by, once by accident. Oh, damn, I shouldn't have done that. No, she was like, nasty. Derby Diva says, makes you wonder how Heather behaves in the kitchen. Right? Tara says, Eddie's trying to be a buddy, which you can't be. You can't be when you're in a leadership position. I just don't like the fact that as I said to you before, I didn't feel that way when he was defending Jake, but now we're starting to see a pattern. I think he is trying to be friends with everyone, and you can't be. And I think in that particular instance, he could have just stayed out of it. He didn't have to say anything. Exactly. Cynthia says double dipping. That's gross. Tara says, don't touch my food. Remember Adam the chef. I do not trust me either. I do not trust everyone's food. Like if you ever worked in a corporate environment and people are, let's do a little potluck and everyone's bringing in food. Okay. I would only ever do that with people that I was really close with and I've been in their kitchen. And that was one person I ever remember doing that with. One person. And even when I used to bring food, and if you watch me or follow me on TikTok when I've made like my coleslaw or stuff like that, and I would bring it for people, even then I'm like, I mean, I don't know if you eat from other people, but I'm very clean. Like, I'm very clean. I wash my hands. I use utensils. I wash all my ingredients. But not everyone does that. You know, during the pandemic, we had a whole controversy about people talking about they don't wash their legs. The water comes down and washes them for me. All right. Guys, if you're just joining us, we are talking about Below Deck. If you're watching the recap of this, I want to know your thoughts on every part. Are you enjoying the season of Below Deck? And how do you feel about what's going on between Raina and Heather? Raina does bring up what happened previously. So I do believe that we're going to hear more from from the crew and what happened during the season. Let's see if Bravo will cancel this reunion. Just saying. And I agree, Trey. I agree with this. I thought this part too. Trey says Eddie wants to smash Heather. I think he's definitely attracted. I think because he has a girlfriend, he's not going to. However, remember he was the one that picked up Heather. He didn't pick anybody else up. He picked up Heather in the jacuzzi and threw her down, and then felt the need to call his girlfriend and let her know. He's definitely attracted to Heather for whatever reason. I don't think Heather's attractive at all, but that's me. I'm also gay. But I know when a woman's attractive. And look, I don't find that not for me. And her personality isn't attractive. I appreciate her hard work, but her personality to me is not attractive either. Just saying. Just saying. Hey, Samar. Samar says, at a work potluck, I only eat from people I know because many people are not clean. Exactly. And even the people I know at work, if I have not been in your kitchen or I've been at your house, I'm not doing it. I can literally thinking of my coworker who I call a sister, where I used to work. That was the only person that we would bring in food for each other because we knew how each other cooked. Anyone else? No, I'm good. I'm good. Just saying. Heather says, another problem with potlucks is spoiled stuff. If people use expired stuff, can cost you a hospital stay. I didn't even think about that. Ooh, you're right. Look, you're right. Thank God the only potluck I'm having over here at this office is the one that I make. Just saying. Anyways, guys, I just want to appreciate you all being here today for our recap of Below Deck. As I said before, this season for me has been a little lackluster. It's been a little lackluster. I feel like Eddie is definitely the focal point this season. We're seeing a lot of deck crew mistakes, including the jet skis twice in this one episode float away. And Eddie is being called to the carpet by Captain Lee. Captain Lee's like, I feel like this is something that people are not doing their job. And he does not believe Eddie. And honestly, I don't know if I believe Eddie either. I don't know if I believe Eddie either about this whole thing. And Eddie showed it. And I was like, Eddie, did you really see that happen? I don't think Eddie really saw that happen. I think Eddie is trying to protect his neck. I think this is Eddie's season to be, to really get it. And he's getting it from Captain Lee. But Captain Lee is doing that. This is tough love from Captain Lee in order to prepare Eddie to be a captain. Okay, at some point. But Eddie, I don't know. Marianne says it unlocked. Did we see it unlock, Marianne? I watched it twice and I was like, I don't remember seeing it. All I saw was the jet skis floating away. Very expensive jet skis floating away. Cynthia says, what state are you in, Kempire? I'm coming to visit uninvited. You see my face? What's going on, Chocolate Chunks? Ain says, Eddie needs to step up, period. Damn. I think so. I think his deck crew is not stepping up and he's making excuses for them, especially in front of Captain Lee. I think things are falling apart because both Raina and Wes were like, it's floating away? Oh, damn, I didn't notice. And Eddie's the one that keeps noticing it floating away. So that says to me, they're also not keeping an eye out for things like that happening. Lord. Yes, and thank you guys. As we round out the year, I do want to say thank you to everyone that donated to the fundraisers that we've done over the last few months. We didn't do one for December, of course, because of the holidays. I wanted to be able to get back to you guys. But thank you, Diana, for reminding everyone. We raised over $10,000 in the span of August to November for multiple charities. So thank you to all of you for donating and help promote the fundraisers that we've done here on the channel. Micah says, Eddie with his tired excuse to Captain should have just said, "You're right, Captain. Sorry." That's all he wanted to hear. Yeah, you got a good point. And I think there are certain types of people that do this in the workplace, no matter if it's on a yacht or it's in an office, where they'll make excuses instead of owning, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped the ball. I'm going to do better." I think because there have been so many mistakes, Eddie's like, what's the excuse? It wasn't believable. Eddie, we have our eyes on you this season. Not reporting the incident between Raina and Heather to Captain Lee, the whole ski situation, your deck crew's falling apart. Raina, we're watching you too. We're watching you too because we do feel like you make up a lot of excuses too. I do believe that, but that does not excuse Heather using the N-word. That does not excuse Heather for double dipping with her nasty self in the group's food. That's gross. That's never good. And I don't care how busy you are. Anyways. Lisa says, poor Rachel and that guest. Poor Rachel and the guest. Because I felt for the guest too. Because you guys know how I am when it comes to food. Just saying. And he says, yes, we are watching. Guys, we are going to continue to watch Below Deck. If you're watching the replay of this, I want to know your thoughts on the latest episode. This is episode 9. We're almost halfway through the season. Below Deck normally is a great, really great, entertaining show. Based on the preview, the mid-season trailer, we get to see that there's going to be a throuple between Raina, Jake, and Frasier. I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest with you, because I just feel like, okay, is that the only thing that's happening? But maybe with the primary guest, it will be somewhat entertaining. We shall see. I love Below Deck. I'm sticking in there and recapping it and talking about it. And if you enjoy that, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like this video. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. If you'd like to become a member of the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, head on over to TeamKempire.com. Congratulations to Donna, our winner of the KitchenAid blender. One of our 12 days of giveaways, 12 days of Christmas here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. And shout out to everyone that won a coldest water bottle. Those will be going out this week. Don't forget to get your coldest water bottle today. Keeps your water cold for 36 plus hours. The discount code is KEMP10 for 10% off. 10% off of your coldest water bottle. They don't just have water bottles there either. They have other items, but they have multiple sizes, multiple colors of water bottles as well. Get fit, get your water, all that good stuff. KEMP10 for 10% off. More information is available in the description of this video. Shout out to everyone that's gotten their coldest water bottle already. Okay. Thank you guys so much for being here. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you to my moderators, of course, for keeping the conversation when it gets heated. But we always have a great time. And we welcome differing opinions. But as always, we don't moderate adults. Okay? Thank you all for being here. Let's get out of here. I'll talk to you guys later.
321 days I spent the better half of the year just holding space. I've got all the lights hanging up you can see from the street, but if you're not coming over, you can light up my dreams. Every snowfall reminds me to call, 'cause I know if you're not here, then it's not Christmas at all. This year, oh, I believe you're coming back to me. I'll be your angel when the sun's coming down. The song is singing, and you're here all around. Small piece of heaven on earth in this town. It's only Christmas. If you're coming around, if you're coming around, oh, oh. If you're coming around, if you're coming around. I feel like Christmas every day of the year, but I can't feel it by myself. Only works if you're here. And a little bit of magic and a little faith can make every storm that's ever come just fade away. Now every front door reminds me of you, all decorated, anticipating good news. I got one Christmas wish, top of my Christmas list, to be your angel when the sun's coming down. The song you're singing, angel, you're all around. Small piece of heaven on earth in this town. It's only Christmas if you're coming around. If you're coming around, oh, oh. If you're coming around, if you're coming around. I don't want much this time of year, no. Everyone wants to feel less alone, but just like putting on a winter coat, you could always melt away the bitter cold. I'll be your angel when the snow's coming down. The song you're singing, angel, you're all around. Small piece of heaven on earth in this town. It's only Christmas if you're coming around. If you're coming around, if you're coming around, if you're coming around, hey, if you're coming around, it's only Christmas. I'll be your angel when the sun's coming down. Christmas, small piece of heaven on earth in this town. It's only Christmas. If you're coming around.